Okay, so I wanted to do this video, and it's very personal. I'm just going to be completely transparent. Something I don't really talk about myself and my life on here. But I wanted to do this video for Andy, and Andy is someone that I've worked with for the past 4 or 5 months now. And the reason I wanted to do this video is because I know that he can help a lot of you with his services. So he actually operates as a life coach. Now, he's not the typical life coach that you're probably thinking of that has a bad reputation. This guy has generally changed my life for the better, and I feel the absolute best going into this new year now, which is why I decided to do this right now. So, to give you a bit of backstory on the reason why I decided to work with him and why I felt I needed to work with him was, I'll give you a full backstory on myself for those of you that don't know me. So I have been in the fitness industry for my whole life, since I left school at 16. So I fully identified as someone that, that was who I was. And I went down the bodybuilding route. I competed for years. And when I decided to step away for other reasons, because my interests and passion lied elsewhere, with coaching and fitness coaching, that's where I decided to put my full attention. But I knew deep down the reason why I was so sucked into bodybuilding, because it is a 24/7 lifestyle. You have no time to think about others. You have constant distractions. So that does act as a full-on distraction from the things that I knew I should have been dealing with. And when things do start to surface, you kind of suppress them. And those of you that know will know what I'm talking about. So I decided to step away from that. And then what happened was, funnily enough, I decided to pick something else to just completely distract my mind with, which I feel a lot of people have these sort of decisions to make within themselves. And they either turn sometimes to drink, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, to distract themselves from it. Could be extreme sports or just being an athlete, anything that requires a lot of focus. And that was it for me. And I did the same thing then as I switched to coaching, because I've always had a passion for business. It became an obsession, which obviously leads to huge success. And that success brings other people saying how good you're doing, so that motivates you further. You keep going, and then you're like, I'm doing the same thing again. I'm repeating the cycle, even though it's a positive cycle technically, and what people view as success, it's not actually healthy for other areas of your life. And what I mean is, you can be very successful in certain areas, but other areas can be, So I decided then, after hitting, it took me to hit I wouldn't say a low point, but a point where I'd hit a certain figure in my business that I'd aimed for ages. And when I'd hit that and I still felt completely like emotionless, I was like, I need to sort this out. I can't keep going like this, because the ceiling keeps raising higher and higher now, and I'm not enjoying it. So yeah, it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying what I was doing. It was just because of things that I needed to just sort out inside my head. So without making this sound like anything negative, by the way, like I wouldn't ever class myself as depressed or depression or anything like that, because I know people suffer a lot worse. But I definitely needed some things to just change my mindset on it, my attitude, to be honest, and change my actions. And that's exactly what we did as soon as we started working together. So I reached out to Andy. I knew of him anyways, due to the fitness industry. And yeah, he's just one of those guys that, if you're thinking of a typical therapist where you want to pay someone, and you might have been there where you're paying them and they just get you talking about all the shit things that's happened, the bad things happened to you, and you feel like you leave with nothing to really do or go from there, and then you go back and you do the same thing over and over again, it doesn't really get anywhere. He is not that type of guy. He will ask you to bring those things up to find out exactly what is going on. Once he has that, it's like, right, okay, we know what it is now. I don't want to hear you keep on talking about it. We know what it is. How do we deal with this and make the future better? How do we put our actions, change our actions to actually create a more positive future for ourselves? Because everyone has been through or everyone has had bad things happen to them, whatever it is, whatever thoughts you have going on in your head. How do you change it for the future? And that is why he is so valuable, because he will not beat around the bush. He will tell you completely straight. He will give you actions that you can actually implement straight away, free. They're free things to do. It's just changing your thought process, changing your daily actions, changing your decisions to align them with the person you want to become. So I highly recommend him massively. And yeah, he has changed my life for the better, 100%, worth every single penny. And I genuinely mean that, because it's made my business so much better, because I'm a better person, I'm a happier person. I know exactly where I want to be, and I know exactly where I'm going, and other areas of my life are in a very good place now, because I've got better approaches, because he's made it clear to me what I need to do. So yeah, I would 100% recommend him. This is what I'm trying to say, you don't have to be depressed or feeling extremely low to work with someone like this. If you want to be extremely successful, or you want just a better life or help in certain areas of your life, not every area, then he is worth the money, 100%. So yeah, thank you, Andy, for that, and I hope everyone has a good start to the new year. Yeah, I'm extremely excited for the new year, and to be starting it with a clear mind and knowing exactly what I want in every area of my life. I've got the goals there, but more importantly, I've got a plan in place and I've got actions to make myself get there. So yeah, hope you all have a good year. Thank you, and I'll speak to you soon.